What's the buzz? What's the buzz? What is the buzz? Thank you for coming back to share the glory with Glory's story. And today, as I always say, I want to acknowledge God in all things, because anything we do well, anything we have, it's all because of Him. And today, I am going to be cooking. I'm not the best cook, but I'm all right. I'm all right. My kids seem to think so. They always want to come over. I don't know if it's they just don't want to cook or if my food really is that good. But anyway, you can be the judge of that, because when you cook it at home, we can see how it tastes. And today, my oven is on 400 because I'm getting store-bought garlic bread in the oven right now. And the star attraction is, drum roll please, the star attraction is shrimp and crawfish etouffee. Now this is a dish I've only made one other time. I watched a few videos and asked around a little bit and tweaked it the way I wanted it to be in the long run, because that's what I do. I'm not from New Orleans or any part of Louisiana, never even been, except passing through on the highway, maybe stopped at a gas station or something. But I'm not from there, so I don't go by anybody's rules on how my food should be cooked. So y'all just step on in with me in my kitchen and see what I have going on here. Now you notice I have a small pot with some water in it. And I've already washed my hands, just washed my hands. I have my bottle of water here. Keep me hydrated, y'all. Drink your water and stay hydrated. Okay, here I have my utensils that I'm going to be using. I'm going to use my whisk for my roux, and I have my little. I don't ever cook with metal spoons and metal utensils. I spend a little more on my pots and pans these days, and I really like them. They don't stick, but I make sure I don't scar them up with all that metal and stuff. I do wish I had one of those big cast iron pots, like a Dutch pan. I wish I had one of those though, even though it's metal, and I probably would use metal when I'm cooking too. But I just like them. They're old, and it's something they make me a little nostalgic. I don't know, but I really like those. But anyway, we're going to be making shrimp and crawfish etouffee. As I said, this is not something I normally cook. I have done it before. My husband really liked it, so he asked that I make it again. This time we didn't call anybody. We didn't tell anybody we were cooking. Now here I have my shrimp, and I already went ahead and prepped everything. And the reason is, nobody has time for all that chopping and all that on camera. Everybody knows if it's chopped, somebody chopped it. And so here I have purple onions or red onions, however you want to call them, and my white onions. And then I have the other little onions, the long green onions. I have the bottoms cut up too. And I have a lot cut up in these bowls. And the reason is because this week I plan to do a whole lot of cooking, and I'm going to need all of these onions and bell peppers and things. I'm going to need these for my other recipes. Like I said, today is shrimp and crawfish etouffee. I plan to make some curry chicken tomorrow. Sometime this week I want to make some shrimp and grits. I want to make fried rice one day, and I don't know what else to go with that. So every day I have something that I'm going to be needing, my bell peppers and my onions and things. So I have a lot of onion there. Sometimes people don't use a lot of red onion in their food. I just happen to love them, so I do put them in a lot of stuff. Here I have my bell peppers, my green ones. I got a little bit of the yellow ones and the red. Okay, so I'm going to put those back over there. Here I have my onions, my bell peppers, all my different peppers. I have shrimp. Now some of them are already done ahead of time, and the rest I have to take the tails off of them. So I am taking these tails off. Kind of hard to do. Okay, and I'm putting them in water over here. If you are just plain water, I'm putting my tails over in some water. And the reason I'm doing that is because these shrimp tails are going to be the base of my roux. What I meant to say was the shells of the tails will be the base of my roux. My food pretty much never tastes the same because I always change the recipe. I always kind of wing it and do it the way I want it done. That's okay because, you know, like Tabitha Brown said, that's my business. That's Tabitha saying that. That's not me. I wouldn't say that to you. So, but we do have our shrimp. And I'm almost finished here because I already had half of it done there. I don't like to go by too many rules with cooking. I cooked something with the best gravy I ever made yesterday. And so what I want to do with that gravy, I hate to waste stuff. So I'm going to use that gravy with my roux. I'm going to get my bread out of the oven. I don't want to burn my garlic bread. So I'm going to go ahead and take that up. And as a matter of fact, I think it could cook a little bit longer. I'm just going to flip it over and let it cook on the other side. Ooh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, it's very hot. So I got my roux over here, my little broth of my, guess you could call it a broth first before it's a roux with my shrimp tails. All right, okay, I'm gonna wash my hands again, and I'll explain why I wash so much, especially when I'm dealing with seafood. I know you all can't probably see much of me. I'm over at the sink washing my hands really well with a little Dial bar soap. And the reason I do that is because when I'm in the kitchen and I'm touching different things, I have a grandson who is severely allergic to seafood. And so I try not to leave any traces of seafood around for him to have a reaction later on. I'm going to come over here and take my bread out. I think I'm satisfied. I'm going to sit it back here. Okay, this is green beans. You know how when you go see your favorite artist at a concert, you always see the little pre-show. You always have someone there to kind of egg the crowd on and get them ready for the main attraction. Well, this green beans and this garlic toast, those are our little side shows. Now, my shrimp base over here is starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and add some seasonings to it. Here I have my Lowry's. I like my Lowry's seasoning salt. Different people like different stuff. I'm a Lowry's girl. I'll try different ones, but I really like my Lowry's. Also, I like accent in my food. And I have this one, but I believe I have one already open. Yeah, I'll go ahead, instead of looking for it, I'll go ahead and use this one. I gotta get something to open it with. Okay. Okay. Put a little accent in it. And I shouldn't do that. When I do that, I clog up all of my little holes on my seasonings. This is my complete. I usually get the big complete, but for some reason, all the completes, the big ones, were sold out at the grocery store today. Said I used to could go in there and get them all the time, and somebody is really advertising the complete. And I have an idea of some of my favorite YouTubers really go heavy on the complete and really advertise a lot for them. Not saying that they're advertising for money, but I mean they really talk about using their complete. And so now a lot of people are catching on, but I remember when I used it and nobody knew about it, I guess because it was always on the shelf. Now you can barely find it. Okay, that is on. So I used my complete seasoning. I used my Lowry seasoning, some accent, and I'm constantly turning it down. I want it to slow down a little bit for me. I love ground. I like to ground black pepper. I think it tastes better than getting a already ground black pepper. I just like, some people don't like those big flakes, but when you're cooking, it kind of cooks down. I like the black pepper in my food. I like the way it tastes when you do it like that. So I did put a little bit of that. And I have a lot of seasonings over here. I use a little obey. Let me tell you, the obey has its own flavor. So I don't use a whole lot of it for etouffee because that's not the flavor I'm going for. But I do put a little bit just to add a little kick or something. My adobo seasoning, I use it just a little. I don't ever put table salt. That's something I just don't do with food. I don't use table salt. Even my onion and garlic, if I'm going to use not fresh, of course I got fresh onions and things, but I do use a little bit of onion powder. I always use the powder instead of the salts. I like the powders better than the salts. I don't like over salting my food. Another thing, just a little bit, I'm going to use a little bit of this Creole seasoning. It's the Tony Chatchers, I guess, Thatchers or something. But anyway, I use just a little of that, not much, and a little bit of parsley. Okay. Just a little bit. It was slow coming out, that's why it looks so. And this is another thing I've kind of gotten used to, is smoked paprika. I like the smoked paprika. I love the taste it gives. I'm not going to put much in there because I'm going to use it mostly with my seasoned blend. So I am one who likes to wipe as I go and all of that too. And I did take my bread out, didn't I? So I'm going to turn my stove off here. And I did put just a little bit of oil in this pot. And the reason I did that is because I'm going to go ahead and start my roux. I wanted more butter than anything. I put very little oil in there. So I'm going to use a good chunk of little butter in there. And I don't measure. Sorry, never went to school for cooking. No culinary arts for me. Just hanging out in the kitchen. And so I don't like to use a lot of, I don't measure. That's something a lot of people tell me I should do. I used to teach a nutrition class, and I was always taught that it's better to measure. And that may be so. Don't know. But I just like not measuring. I like to just say use it to your discretion. Most people know how much seasoning they need. Nobody's seasonings or anything are exactly the same. Nobody has the same taste. So I just like to do my own thing. There are certain things that I might measure. Flour. Yeah, flour. That's the only thing. But for this, I'm not even going to measure flour. I'm going to go ahead and put some heat under this pot so my butter can melt. And then this is I think a Louisiana type of dish, etouffee. And from what I know about Louisiana cooking is that seasoned blend, which is the bell peppers and onions and things, and celery, that is their staple. That is something they use all the time. And I can see why, because that is a flavor pack. So I'm going to stir that a little bit just because my seasons are starting to stick to the side of my little pot here. And then I'm going to just turn it all the way to low. And then I'm going to come over here. And I do want to show you all, I had a little corner of the seasoned blend with the celery in it. And my husband really does not like a lot of celery. So it's okay that I didn't have any more. He went to the store and he said they did not have any more of this. So I'm going to use my cut up onions and bell peppers. And the little bit of this I have only because it does have a little bit of celery in it. Also, here I have my crawfish. Now, this is Bernard's crawfish tails. And I'm glad I got this kind. I really just picked up whatever in the grocery store. And I saw a video, several actually, where they said that you should always get your crawfish tails from a company from somewhere in Louisiana because it's just better. So this is from a company in Louisiana. I checked it out. So I was glad to see that. And so I'm going to go ahead and dispose of that since I don't need it anymore. Okay, so now I do have my crawfish tails. I'm going to go ahead, my pot is not cooking fast enough for me. I'm getting impatient with it. And But I'm trying. Okay, here we go. And I used to live with a lady one time, a long time ago when I was a very young mother. And she kind of took me in as her own. And she was originally, we lived in Illinois, but she was originally from Louisiana. And so she liked to take me with her to buy groceries. And so she would say, Lori, come on, it's time to go make grocery. The first time she said it to me, she said, you want to go make grocery with me? I said, make grocery? How do you make groceries? She said, you go to the store and you make your grocery. I know I'm not perfecting her accent, but I loved it. And when she called me baby, I just loved it. Baby, I love the baby and the grocery. And she tell me, when we would go somewhere, I would ask her, well, where is this? And she'd tell me, oh, it's, I don't remember what she used to say, up the block or around the way or something she had used to say. I'm going to think of it. But I loved it. I loved the way she spoke. So, and I miss her. She's gone on now. But she really was there for me at a time when I really needed someone to be there for me. And she really just made me feel like I was her own child. Miss Jessie. Jessie McMayo, as we called her. She was my friend's mother, and all of my friends' we all called, the closest friends, we called her Mom, Jessie McMayo. We didn't call her that to her face, but we would say Jessie McMayo because she loved us, and we knew it. She just loved us. So I'm going to go ahead. I put those with the celery in it already, the seasoning blend from the store. But now I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to put it down while I do it. I ain't going to pop it open and mess around and hurt some, drop stuff. So I'm putting a little bit of the purple. Mostly I'm going to use the white. And y'all see I'm using my hands. And I had to use my hands to cut it, so I think it's going to be all right. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Sound like a gospel song I heard the other day. It's going to be all right. But I can't sing. So I've already put my bell pepper. No, I put my onions in. And I'm going to go ahead and start some bell peppers. And this is all going to be making the roux. So I'm going to put some of the red, not much of the yellow, just a little bit, more of the red, and then I'm going to put a lot of the green bell pepper. And I'm going to make sure I save plenty for my other meals because I do need it for my other meals. So I'm going to go ahead, and I like to straighten up as I go. I don't like to leave stuff out. Once I use it, it's time to get put up. Time to get put up. So I'm over here putting that into the fridge. Now, I'm going to turn this shrimp tails for this broth. I'm going to turn that broth off and let it just sit in there and soak a little bit. I'm telling y'all, can you smell it? Can you smell it? This smells amazing. This smells so good. Okay, and I just want to cook those down. I'm going to turn my pot where you can see. Got all those niceties in there. See all those beautiful colors. I love color on my food. Those are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's see. Can you see it? I'm going to turn it that way again. So yeah, maybe if I put it on a spoon, I'm going to get better at this. But y'all see all that beautiful color? Oh my goodness, look at the color. So I'm telling you, I wish you all could smell it with, smells so good, smells so good. And there's a little onion powder going down. And a little old bay going in there. Yes, baby. I'm glad I went to the grocery to make grocery today. Because when I get made grocery today, I made sure I had everything I needed. And in fact, I had almost everything already because I'm big on seasonings. I'm really big. I'm going to open that on up because that parsley, I'm too impatient for it. Y'all, I don't have time to be waiting all day. So, I'm telling you, I love doing this. I love YouTubing. I don't love cooking. I'm not a person who loves to cook, but I love my family. I love my husband and my children, and I love to see them smile. I love to see my grandchildren happy. So I enjoy cooking for them. But in general, overall, I just don't enjoy cooking. I'm not that person that just loves to get in the kitchen. Now, once I'm in there, I'm okay. I really am. I'm okay. It's not that I'm begrudging it when I am in there, but I'm not that person that's going to cook every single day. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Everybody gets days off of work. I'm not doing it. But I'm going to make sure we have something. If I don't cook, I'm going to go and get something from the restaurant, or maybe make sandwiches or something like that. But we're going to eat. We're going to eat. We're going to eat. So, there. That's really good. And I already put some Lowry's. I'm going to put a little bit more Lowry's. Y'all, I'm telling you, the smell. Whew. Child. Whew. And I'm going to grind up a little pepper in here too. Just a little bit. Oh, me. That is a shame. Nothing should smell that wonderful. Nothing should smell that wonderful. And we know that the complete has plenty of pepper, so that's why I don't use a whole lot of pepper. Y'all, oh wee! That smells amazing. Oh my goodness. And it's just vegetables. It's just the bell peppers and onions. It's not even, the rest of the food is not even in there. This is where I'm going to go in with my smoked paprika. And some people, this is not what everybody puts in there. This is what I put in. Now what I should have done was ask my honey to open these cans for me. But I guess I'm going to be the one to open them. So I'm going to step out of range for just a moment because I didn't think to open my can. If you like it, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Like this video. We need you. We need you to help support us. And also, come on and subscribe. Got a lot of viewers coming in, just gradually coming in, and I'm so proud of it. But I need subscribers, y'all. Come on and subscribe, and then make sure you hit that notification bell because I don't want y'all to miss a thing, not one little thing. This smells so good. This is ridiculously perfect. I have one more thing. I've never seen anybody else use this in étouffée, but I use it in a lot of stuff because I just am crazy about this stuff. It is the Gardnera Italian mix. So I'm going to put just a little bit in there. Oh, because it's so good. It's so good, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and make some roux from scratch. So here I have some hot oil and some butter mixed together. I'm going to add flour. Now, I don't need much because I already had some gravy left over. But y'all keep seeing that bling going on. Y'all see that bling? That's my bling bay. My girl, she sells this bling bay. I can't think, paparazzi jewelry, I think it is. $5. I just get it. I'm not here to promote anything, but I've just started crushing on it when I reached over the pot. Right there, I was like, ooh, that's cute. But yeah, that's some of her stuff. She's Bling Bay on Facebook. I just need to make sure that it ends up being enough. So I'm trying to blend it in a little bit with the oil and everything. It's not a lot of oil. You don't want oil drip. You just want a little bit. And it's going to be a little bit lumpy. I think it's going to be a little bit lumpy while it's in the skillet. And that's okay. And I have my whisk for that reason. It's going to be a little bit lumpy. And I'm going to try to get it to like a caramel brownish color. That is when I know it's going to be ready. And when I brown my flour, I'm going to pour this over into here. I'm going to go ahead and pour this little broth that I made. But I also told you all that I had a gravy that was absolutely the best gravy I ever made. Just a basic little beef. I used a little bit of beef and chicken, I think. But anyway, So I had that left over. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it with the taste of my food when I'm cooking. Just wait until it finishes. Oh my goodness, this is crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, it smells so delicious. Get that on up. Okay, now also some people use crushed tomatoes. I use whatever I have. If I have crushed tomatoes, I use my crushed tomatoes. If I don't have crushed tomatoes and I do have whole tomatoes, the canned whole tomatoes, then I go ahead and use my canned whole tomatoes. Today, okay, I'm going to let that cook. It looks like my gravy is going to be fine. I have listened to people talk about this etouffee, and I've heard people say, look at that, look at that, look at that. And that's not lumpy, that's those vegetables. You still can see those vegetables, but that roux is just as fine as it wants to be. It's not thick and lumpy, and it's not runny either, and it's cooking down nicely. Okay, and what I'm going to go ahead and do now, I'm going to turn it down a little bit and let it cook down, but I'm going to go ahead and add in my shrimp. Y'all see that? All that goodness going in there. Look at them shrimp. Look, I already been washed and cleaned out in there, cleaned and everything. They're already washed and deveined and everything. So I'm going to throw my shrimp in here. And I got different size shrimp, not all the same. Usually, sometimes I like to get cute with it and garnish with the shrimp. What I mean by that, like some of it will be in the dish, and then I'll have the big shrimp for, you know, making it look good and all that. I don't have time for that today. I don't have time for that today. Okay. And share the glory. You know, we want to share what God has blessed us with again. And like I said, I feel like He blessed me to know how to cook. I've been cooking a lot of my life. You know, I learned how to cook early. My kids learned how to cook early. Also, it's something that I was taught early and something I taught my children early. But, you know, I'm glad that I can do okay with it, because I really do take pleasure in making other people happy with food sometimes. And also, that was my shrimp. Here is my crawfish. Crawfish. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that. Crawfish tails. Those crawfish tails. Getting all the good juice off of it. And letting it just sit in there. And again, you know, I like to clean up after the seafood like right away, because I don't ever want my grandson to come over here, you know, some kind of way get a reaction from it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Y'all, I got so much in this pot. It's crazy. I didn't know that I cooked so big. I knew I cooked big, but this is bad. Y'all, I'm telling you, when I say it smells amazing. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, goodness. That's what it is, a lot of goodness. You know, everything I always end up saying, I just love the Lord. I just do. I love the Lord. He is so good. He's so good. Everybody in the world is not eating like this, for real. And there was a time when I wasn't eating like this. So I just thank God. He's good. He's really, really good. And He was good then too. But we all have to go through what we have to go through in life. That's right. A man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. We all have to go through something. That's right. We do. We have to go through something. So don't use him being sad and down about it. Go through what you have to go through. It's all right. It's all right. We just have to go through it, get through it. That's the main thing. There's nothing like making it through, though. That's what it's all about. And then we want to give a testimony. Go ahead and give a testimony. Tell people how good my God is. Oh, look at that. Y'all look. Y'all know He's good. Y'all know He's good. You know it. Look at that. Let me show something off. Let me show something off. Go ahead and put my pot on over here. And so I am going to have to cut out some because I didn't mean to not cook my rice. I don't know what I was going through, but I was going through something because I forgot. So I am cooking some rice over here. I've already added my little whole tomatoes. And y'all, I can't do it anymore. I have to taste this. It smells amazing. It smells so good. It really smells good. And I'm going to put a little, I don't know. I'm getting my ingredients all messed up. I think some of it was for my tomorrow. And so, yeah. Some of that's for tomorrow. And I'm going to go ahead and save some of it. No, I ain't gonna do that. I can use another can later. Okay, so that's that etouffee. I want to taste it. I want to taste it, y'all. I don't want to burn my lips, but I want to taste it. I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Ooh, child. Rock and roll, baby. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Yes. Y'all want some? Oh yeah, COVID. Let me rinse it off and give y'all some. I'm washing my spoon off really good in bleach water over here. Because I want y'all to taste this. Y'all got to taste this. You're not going to believe this. Where that thing go? Okay. Y'all got to taste this now. You got to taste this. Oh my goodness. You have got to look at that. You have got to taste this. Go ahead, get it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at the stain. Y'all, that is good. That is good. That is really, really good. I heard y'all say your compliments to the chef. As soon as I start cooking, I make a little dishwater over there. And then I always keep my towels nearby. So I'm going to go ahead and take my whisk and whisk this in. And again, wring that out. Clean around my pot. Make sure my eye is clean. As you know, stuff will get smelling on that eye. Okay, and so here we go. All right, and I just really want you all to go ahead and subscribe so that you all can be part of this family here, and also just share all the glory of God. Share everything. Like I said, I just can't think of enough places or enough ways that I can show how grateful I am to God for everything. And so on this channel, I'm just going to do it all. I'm just going to try to bring out everything that God does for me. Everything that he is in my life, you know, and cooking and having a family to cook for is a wonderful, wonderful blessing. Again, I told you all, I'm not one that loves to cook. I don't really care for cooking much, but I end up having to do it. So you might as well love it. And when I do it with all of my heart. I try to give it everything to make sure that my loved ones can really enjoy it. So Papa, we are ready to eat. And I'm going to go ahead and make plates. We're going to eat. We're going to eat. Okay, so bye-bye.